Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction for the 12 signs. Please keep in mind that I'm a Western astrologer and I follow tropical zodiac. If you want to book a reading with me, you can do so in my website, taking you to thestars.com under the services tab. Without further ado, let's start with the predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. Hello dear Aries, Aries suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on July 5th in your 4th house at 14 degrees, creating a beautiful positive aspect to Mars, your chart ruler, which is sitting in Taurus at 19 degrees in your 2nd house. This new moon is also creating a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 12th house. I absolutely love this new moon. I think this talks about some positive new beginnings that a lot of you Aries are making in your household, in your heart, in your home, in your relationships with your family members. For some of you, you may be starting some new beginning or some new perspective associated with your hometown, with your home country also. Others of you, you may be moving into a new house, a new apartment. You may be moving in with somebody or moving out of a place that it feels quite positive, quite optimistic, and you feel very driven to do this. For a lot of you, you may be the initiator of these changes because Mars, your ruler, is being activated. This also talks about you having the financial means to be able to make these new beginnings for yourself. You having the confidence, the self-confidence, and the self-worth to be able to make these necessary changes in your life. This beautiful aspect that this new moon is receiving from Saturn in your 12th house also talks about somebody maybe supporting you from behind the scenes, maybe some type of authority figure. This can be, a family member, it can be somebody from your work, it can be anybody in your life that has some type of authority that could be supporting you from behind the scenes. For others of you Aries, this may talk about you using spirituality, manifesting techniques, meditation, all this beautiful stuff to be able to start this new beginning for yourself. As I said, I really like this new moon because on this day, Venus is also sitting on your 4th house, trining Neptune in your 12th house. And it's also sextiling Uranus in your 2nd house. And Venus is sitting with the new moon in your 4th house. This talks about these pleasant new beginnings for a lot of you. And this beautiful aspect that's being created with Neptune, it talks about pure bliss, like feeling a lot of pleasantness and feeling hopeful and excited for these new beginnings for yourself. This may talk about a lot of emotional healing also because the 4th house rules over our emotions, and Venus sitting here in this beautiful aspect to Neptune talks about a lot of healing, like looking at the more positive side of things, becoming more optimistic, more hopeful, and also relying on religion and on spiritual practices to be able to heal yourself and again feel very hopeful, very excited for the future. This beautiful sextile that's also being created by Uranus in your 2nd house may talk about, some type of spontaneity and open-mindedness to embracing new experiences. For a lot of you, you are being more authentic and original with yourself, with what your heart desires to be able to start this new beginning. For a lot of you, you may have that self-confidence and feel the need to have some type of innovation, some type of change within your life, in your emotional world, but not only. I do see a lot of you Aries making important changes in your life during this new moon. This is what I have for you for on this day. Please make sure to check the July predictions also as I talk about this new moon on a different perspective. But if you liked it and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, taking you to thestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Taurus, Taurus suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on July 5th at 14 degrees in your third house in the sign of Cancer, and is creating a positive aspect to Mars, which is sitting in your sign. This new moon is also creating a beautiful trine to Saturn in Pisces, which is sitting in your 11th house. For a lot of you Tauruses, this new moon talks about new beginnings when it comes to your communication skills. For a lot of you, maybe you are deciding to take a different approach in the way how you relate to other people, in the way how you communicate with them, in the way how you are able to understand them and speak in a way to where you can understand each other and connect with each other. For others of you, this may talk about a new beginning associated with your thought process, associated with the way how you talk to yourself, how you think. For a lot of you, this may talk about being driven into fighting negative thinking and embracing some more positive thinking for yourself. With Mars sitting in your first house, it could be that you, Taurus, are driven to do so. You are the initiator of this new beginning. You may be tired of old connections, and now you want to decide to take a different approach on the way how you talk to other people. If you are in the sales, in marketing, in publishing and writing industries, and also short distance travel, then this may talk about this beautiful, wonderful new beginning that you may experience at work, in your job, in your business also. Saturn is creating a beautiful aspect to this new moon from your 11th house, which talks about support that you may be receiving from your acquaintances and from your friends. Maybe somebody puts out a good word for you that helps you have this new beginning associated with your third house matters. If you are in the customer service industry or in doing phone calls, a call center, that's the word, then this may also talk about having a career opportunity during this time and starting afresh, starting a new job in this field. Saturn in your 11th house also talks about you initiating a new beginning that is more aligned with your long-term dreams and goals. Maybe you are starting to work towards something that you want to be accomplishing in the long run and in the future. What I also love about this new moon is that Venus, your ruler, is also sitting in your third house, creating a trine at a wide angle with Neptune in your 11th house, and also creating a sextile with Uranus in your first house. So for a lot of you Tauruses, this is wonderful. Your ruler is feeling quite excited about this new beginning. You are feeling passionate about it. You are feeling you're taking a leap of faith. That's what I feel with this beautiful aspect, because Neptune gives us that optimism, that positive thinking about the future. And with this new beginning and your ruler making such a positive aspect, can really talk about you just starting something fresh, something different, definitely different, with Uranus also being activated here from your first house, that opens you doors for you. It could feel quite exciting. It could feel maybe a bit scary here and there, because Uranus, is very unpredictable. You might not know what to expect from this new beginning for yourself, but it will definitely feel hopeful and exciting for the future. This new beginning can result in some positive receival from other people with such activation from your 11th house. Other people can see you in a different way. They are accepting of you. They are excited to connect with you. They are happy to connect with you. They accept you for your originality and who you are as a person, again with Uranus being activated in your first house. This is what I have for you Tauruses for this video. Please make sure to check the July prediction video for the 12 signs, because I talk about this new moon but in a different perspective. I talk about a couple of other aspects that are on this day, but if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you could do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Geminis, Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. Geminis, we have a new moon on July 5th, and for you is happening in your second house at 14 degrees, and it's creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 90 degrees in your 12th house, and also a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 10th house. I absolutely love this new moon, Geminis. This may talk about new important beginnings when it comes to your income, when it comes to your finances. For a lot of you, you may feel mobilized, excited, and driven to be able to increase your streams of income, and you may very well be doing so behind the scenes. And that is because Mars gives you that drive to do these things from your 12th house, which is the house of isolation and kind of being a bit secluded from the rest of the world. So for a lot of you Geminis, new beginnings associated also with your self-worth and also your self-confidence. Sorry if you heard that, that's the neighbors. But this may talk about you talking to yourself in a more positive way, feeling self-confident for yourself, embracing and loving yourself for who you are with this new beginning. And I absolutely love this because for a lot of you, you may be using spirituality, religion, meditation, yogas, old scriptures, things like that, to increase that self-confidence for yourself and to be able to absorb it within you so that you can start these new beginnings for the way how you look at yourself. The 12th house is also the house of possessions. So for a lot of you Geminis, you may have some new beginnings associated with these things. Maybe you buy new things, maybe you decide that you want to purchase a certain thing that could help you and benefit you in the long run, that could help you elevate your status somehow. And that is because Saturn is creating that beautiful aspect to this new moon from your 10th house, which is the house of status. So for a lot of you, this new beginning can have some long-term effects when it comes to how other people view you, when it comes to how you're seen in the world, when it comes to also your career and public reputation. And with that activation between the 2nd and the 10th houses, for a lot of you Geminis, you may be on track to receive a promotion, to have an increase in your income, or to just increase your streams of income, so have something else coming in during this time. During this new moon, Venus is sitting in your 2nd house, in a trine to Neptune in your 10th house at a wider degree, and creating a sextile to Uranus in your 12th house. So for a lot of you, Venus here in your 2nd house is making you understand a bit more on how to make money and how to increase your income, or even how to be more charming, more pleasurable to talk to, so that you can attract some more abundance and attract the right people that can benefit you. And for others of you, this can mean simply increasing that self-confidence within yourself and loving yourself for who you are. And I really, really love that trine with Neptune from your 10th house. Again, it's at a wide degree, but for a lot of you, this can definitely be felt during this new moon. And this can talk about just feeling very confident, very hopeful about the future, very excited about the future, feeling very creative, especially in your 10th house, taking a different, more charitable approach into some project, into some new beginning that you're doing for yourself. And for others of you, you may straight up been doing some kind of expenditure or some type of charitable contribution for somebody, maybe helping somebody out, but doing so in a way that other people see it also. They can see your charity and how relatable you are to other people. With Uranus sitting in your 12th, it can definitely talk about taking a different approach, an innovative approach when it comes to this new beginning for yourself. For a lot of you, you may even be talking to an astrologer, getting an astrology reading, or just talking to somebody that's spiritual, but in a way that you haven't really done before, that can give you some certain revelation and some deep understanding when it comes to the way how you can make money, how you can increase your income during this new moon. This is what I have for you, Geminis. Please make sure to check the July predictions video for the 12 signs, as I talk about this new moon also in there, but in a different perspective. So please make sure to check that. And other than that, if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you could do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Cancers, Cancer Suns, Moons, and Risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. Cancers, we have a beautiful, beautiful new moon happening in your sign, in your first house on July 5th. And it's happening exactly at 14 degrees. So if you have any planets between 10 to 18 degrees, then you are going to have some important changes in your life, some important new beginning in your life that is going to potentially have some long-term effects. And the reason why I say that is because Saturn is creating a beautiful trine, a positive aspect to this new moon from your 9th house. Also, Mars is sitting in Taurus in your 11th house, also creating a beautiful sextile to this new moon. So this talks about a lot of you Cancers really embracing a new identity for yourself. You are feeling more comfortable expressing who you are as a person, understanding and feeling free to just show the world who you are, your personality, and just feeling very comfortable in doing so. With Mars receiving or making a positive aspect of this new moon, it talks about being accepted from other people, from your friends, acquaintances, from people that know you. They may feel attracted to you. They may feel passionate and excited to connect with you and to really get to know this new version of yourself, or this side of yourself that you've decided to accept, embrace, and express to the world. With Saturn creating a positive aspect from your 9th house to this new moon, it can talk about a lot of you using spirituality, using religion, and just a deeper understanding, a deeper knowledge that you have to create this new version of yourself and to be able to express it to the world. For others of you, it can talk about a mentor, a guru, somebody that really supports you in this new beginning and just feels proud of the new version of you that you are deciding to bring out to the world. For others of you Cancers, this talks about new beginnings that you're making to your physical body. It can talk about changing the clothes, changing your wardrobe, dyeing your hair, getting a tattoo, completely changing the way how you come out in the world in a way that other people accept it and like it because of these beautiful supports that we're receiving from Mars in your 11th house, but also from Saturn, which represents authoritative figures, especially in the 9th house, which is the house of mentors and gurus and people that teach us things. It's also worth mentioning that for a lot of you, this new identity goes in alignment with a long-term dream and goal that you've had for the future. Because of Mars in your 11th house, you have this push and this extra drive and determination within yourself to start this new beginning for yourself that is in alignment with something you've been wanting to complete or initiate for a long time now. Venus is also sitting in your first house during this new moon and is creating a trine to Neptune in your 9th house at a wider degree, and also a sextile to Uranus in your 11th house. So again, the changes that you may be making, Cancers, can take other people by surprise with Uranus in your 11th house. It can take other people by surprise, but they will also accept it. Like, they will feel excited and open-minded for this new version of you. And for others of you Cancers, it can be that you are embracing new ways in yourself. You are embracing more authenticity, more originality in the way how you come into the world and how you connect with your friends and people that know you, and also in your social media. For others of you, if you are in the social media industry, then this talks about people really liking what you're posting, supporting what you're posting, and kind of embracing this new version of yourself that you're deciding to share with the world. This is what I have for you, Cancers. Please make sure to check the July predictions for the 12 signs as I talk about this new moon in a different perspective. But if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you could do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Leos, Leo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology predictions. Dear Leos, on July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer in your 12th house at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 90 degrees in your 10th house, but also to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 19 degrees in your 8th house. For a lot of you, Leos, you may have some important new beginnings associated with your spirituality, your meditation practices, your religion, things that you believe in. For a lot of you, you may be clearing and working towards removing some self-sabotaging patterns, removing some negative thinking in order for you to start afresh with more self-confidence and more happiness in general, more positivity in general. And why that is, I'll explain here in a minute, but I just want to say that this new moon promises some long-lasting effects because of that support that it's receiving from Saturn. And for you, it can really be on the shadow side of things. It can be a bit more eternal and really working within yourself to be able to start afresh and start new. For others of you, Leos, I really see a wonderful opportunity to go on a trip, on a vacation that marks some type of new beginning for you. For others of you, you may just be working towards a project that is associated with your career, with your public reputation, but you may be doing so behind the scenes. And you may feel very determined, very pushed and excited to do so with Mars sitting in your 10th house, but you decide to do it behind the scenes and kind of, again, hidden from the public eye. During this new moon, we also have a beautiful aspect between Venus, Neptune, and Uranus. And Venus at this time is sitting with a new moon in Cancer. Neptune is sitting at 29 degrees in Pisces, and Uranus is sitting in Taurus. I really love the combination between these planets, and that is because that beautiful connection between Venus and Neptune can really talk about optimism and healing yourself from a lot of negative patterns and a lot of shadows and fears that you may have had in the future. And with Neptune sitting here in such a beautiful aspect, can talk also about you feeling comfortable and optimistic, you feeling very pleasantness, you understanding that there is hope behind everything, any trial and any challenge that you may have been facing. Uranus sitting in your 10th house, creating a beautiful aspect also to Venus, can talk about taking an optimistic approach, a different approach when it comes to projects, especially the ones that you decide to do behind the scenes. It can talk about being open-minded, embracing technology, but also embracing authenticity and being original when it comes to expressing yourself into the world. The other thing that I really love about this new moon is the drive that a lot of you Leos are feeling during this time. And Mars is going to be approaching Uranus soon, which I will talk about intensively in another video. But this kind of prepares you and all of us for that Mars-Uranus conjunction. But for you, it's going to be so important because it's going to happen in the 10th house. But for now, during this new moon, Leos, you may be feeling driven, but also wanting to balance out things, at least for some of you. Because of this activation in the 12th house, you may have a need to retreat and to kind of stay behind the scenes, but that does not necessarily mean going on vacation and resting. For a lot of you, you may just be working towards something very important into your life. And I also want to say that if you decide to go on a vacation, if you decide to start a project behind the scenes, then maybe somebody, an authority figure in your life, may be helping you financially. You may be helped and supported through shared resources that you have with somebody else. Or it could be that somebody really teaches you and helps you understand your self-sabotaging patterns, your fears, and what you need to address in order to have this new beginning for yourself. This is what I have for you, Leos. Please make sure to check the July astrology prediction for the 12 signs, as I've talked about this new moon on a different perspective in that video. But if you liked and resonated with this one, please let me know and show some support through liking and subscribing. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello dear Virgos, Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. Virgos, the new moon is happening on July 5th, and it's happening in your 11th house at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 19 degrees in your 9th house, and also a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 7th house. I really like this new moon. For a lot of you Virgos, this may mean that you're taking a different approach when it comes to your long-term dreams and goals. For a lot of you, you are reassessing the way how you want your future to be and how you want to go about realizing something that you've been hoping for in your life. For others of you, this may talk about having an opportunity to start a new beginning with a friend, with a group of friends, with your acquaintances. But for others of you, it can just mean taking a new different approach when it comes to your social media posting and how you approach to the masses. For a lot of you Virgos, this new beginning may talk about some support that you may be receiving from a partner. That is because Saturn is sitting in your 7th house for a while now, and it's creating a positive aspect to this new moon, which talks about a partner being emotionally, financially supportive for you when it comes to realizing or going after a long-term dream and goal that you have for the future, or to approach a friend or a group of friends in a different way during this time. Mars is sitting in your 9th house during this new moon, and for a lot of you, you may be feeling very driven to use some belief systems that you have to be able to start this new beginning for yourself. You may be using spirituality, you may be using higher knowledge, anything that you've researched and that you have studied for yourself to be able to start afresh and start new. As an example, I would say maybe some of you have understood that in order to grow your group of friends, you have to be, let's say, more relatable to them. And so you do some research associated with it, and now you use that skill for yourself to be able to approach to them. And another example can be approaching a group of friends when it comes to something that you share in common. Like, for example, you want to share your knowledge about astrology with them, and so you start afresh with this new group of people that you share the same belief system with. During this new moon, Venus is also sitting in the same house. It's sitting in your 11th house in Cancer, and it's creating a trine to Neptune in your 7th house. And I really, really love this, Virgos, for a lot of you. This talks about support from your partner, again, feeling blissful, feeling optimistic. For others of you, you may just spend time with your friends, but also with your partner, all together, all of you together, and it can feel very exciting, very fun, and it can be a new beginning that feels optimistic and pleasant. This Venus is also creating a sextile to Uranus in your ninth house. And the ninth house, again, is the house of the belief system where Mars is also sitting on. So that's why I say for a lot of you Virgos, you may really share your knowledge and connect with people that you have a lot in common with during this new moon. You may embrace a more authentic and original way in expressing anything that you believe in, and feeling very excited to do so. For a few of you Virgos, you may even be using a foreign language to connect with these people, or simply connecting with people of different culture and different backgrounds. And lastly, for some of you, you may be achieving some type of dream that you've had associated with long distance travel, either with your friends or with your partner or with both of them during this time. This is what I have for you. Please make sure to check the July 2024 astrology prediction for the 12 signs as I speak about this new moon on a different perspective. But if you liked and resonate with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello dear Libras, Libra suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction for the 12 signs. Libras, on July 5th, we have the new moon in Cancer in your 10th house at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 19 degrees in your 8th house, and also to Saturn in Pisces, which is sitting at 19 degrees in your 6th house. I really love this new beginning for a lot of you Libras. This talks about new beginnings, new projects, a new job, new career opportunities, or just a new status for a lot of you. This talks about a lot of you being able to start this new beginning by putting down any negative patterns when it comes to your self-talk, any fears that you've had within yourself. You're fighting against them, and you're pushing forward when it comes to realizing some type of career change or status change. This also talks about becoming busy and using your daily routines, everything that you do on a daily basis, to support you in this new beginning for yourself. For others of you, this may just talk about a different way, a different perspective that other people see a lot of you Libras. This new moon can bring long-term changes when it comes to your job, especially with Saturn transiting your 6th house, and can also talk about just having wonderful opportunities to just come across into the world, into the way how other people view you, in a very refreshing way and a different way. And what's important for this new moon for you Libras is that it's happening at an angular house, which means that it's also activating your 4th, your 7th, and 1st houses. This new moon may have some impact on your family or dynamics in your home environment, but also in your partnership and your identity and who you are as a person. Venus is also sitting in your 10th house during this new moon, which makes a lot of you Libras look very attractive, very pleasant, very fun to be around. And I think these new beginnings are being initiated from you because Venus is your ruler and it's in your 10th house, in the same house as this new moon. This also talks about you coming across as the person that you want to come across as, because Venus is creating a beautiful positive aspect to Neptune in your 6th house. So for a lot of you, you are just showing that image of yourself that you want to into the world. Neptune in your 6th house also talk about just feeling joyful, optimistic, delighted on a daily basis around this new moon. You may just feel so excited for this new beginning for yourself and for the future that's coming in front of you. Venus is also creating a sextile to Uranus in your 8th house. So I feel like for a lot of you Libras, you're taking a different approach when it comes to the way how you talk to yourself, and your shadow side, your fears, your self-sabotaging patterns. You are becoming more original, more authentic when it comes to these things about yourself. You are kind of embracing your shadow side and coming across into the world as somebody that you really want to express yourself as. For a lot of you, this new moon will mark the beginning of a new career, or it will mark the beginning of a promotion, of more spotlight for yourself, and in a way that other people view you, because you're receiving a lot of support from different areas of your life to be able to start this new beginning for yourself. This is what I have for you, Libras, for this new moon. Please make sure to check the July predictions for the 12 signs, the July video, as I talk about this new moon on a different perspective. But if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. Hello, dear Scorpio, Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. This new moon, Scorpios, is happening on July 5th at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting in your 7th house, and to Saturn in Pisces, which is sitting in your 5th house. The new moon is happening in your 9th house, Scorpios, which really talks about new beginnings, especially associated with international travels, receiving visas, making applications, getting applications approved. This marks some new beginnings, some new changes if you are interested, in international travels or relocating abroad. For others of you, this new moon can talk about having a different set of belief system for yourself, just changing the way how you view the world, how you think about the world, and how you feel about the world. You are receiving a lot of support from your partner for this new moon, and if you have children, you are also receiving support from your children in changing your belief system, or doing some international travel. The 9th house is also the house of legal matters, so for a lot of you, you may have some new beginning associated with it, and you again receive support from your partner, your children, and people that are around you. For others of you, you may really be using your creativity to change your belief system, and maybe even do some research work, maybe write a bit more. And if you are in the publishing industry, in international travel industry, in teaching, then this new beginning can talk about you expanding in your business, having some type of initiation associated with it, receiving some exposure, have some kind of spotlight to where you can start solid in a new direction. I really like the support you're receiving from your partner during this time. You may have a partner, or you may have just some type of agreement, some type of contract that gives you an important push to be able to move forward with your initiation. Venus is also sitting in the 9th house during this new moon, and it's creating a positive aspect to Neptune in your 5th house and Uranus in your 7th house. So again, I do see a lot of support being received from your partnership, or from your children, or from both of them. If you decide to also date somebody from a different background during this time, then this new moon could be, an excellent time to do so, because Neptune sitting in your 5th house of romance, of flirting, and creating this positive aspect to Venus in your 9th house can really talk about feeling blissful and attractive and optimistic and just joyful in whatever you decide to start during this time. And again, you're also receiving that support from Mars, from Saturn, which is also sitting in your 5th house. This new beginning, speaking of Saturn, may have some long-term effects, especially associated with your creativity, maybe with your romance. Again, if you are deciding to flirt or to approach somebody during this time, because Saturn is the planet that makes things last. So receiving that beautiful touch from Saturn with this new beginning is pretty meaningful, and I think it's something that can turn out to be more on the positive side. Uranus in your 7th house can talk about maybe some sudden support you receive from somebody that you do not expect associated with this new beginning. It can also talk about a sudden opportunity you may have to do some type of contract, to achieve some type of agreement that just takes you by surprise, and it's unconventional, is a bit different. For others of you, it may just be that maybe your partner is taking a different approach during this time and supporting you into something important in your life that you want to be starting during this time. This is what I have for this video. Please make sure to check the July predictions for the 12 zodiac signs, as I take a different approach on this new moon on that video. I really love this new moon. There's only 1 or 2 tense aspects to this new moon that I talk in the other video, so please again make sure to check that out also. But if you liked and resonated with this one, please let me know in the comments and show some support through liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. Sagittarius, on July 5th, we have the new moon in Cancer in your 8th house at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 90 degrees in your 6th house, and also a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 19 degrees in your 4th house. I really love this new moon, Sagittarius. This may talk about a lot of you addressing and changing the way how you talk to yourself, changing the way how you approach to your fears and the shadow side within yourself. For others of you, this new beginning can be associated with shared resources and finances that you have with a family member or with a partner, or you can talk about a different investment opportunity that you decide to take on during this new moon. If you are in the industry of dealing with other people's money, such as advising, consultations, things like that, then this new beginning can talk about probably abundant one associated with your business and with receiving more clients. I really love the beautiful aspects that are being created to this new moon. That Mars in the 6th house can really talk about a lot of you Sagittarius is feeling very determined on a daily basis to just complete your tasks and to go out and about to be able to achieve and complete everything that you need to do on a daily basis. And I think that's very powerful. That's creating the space for a lot of you to just have this new beginning, either in your inner world, in the way how you talk to yourself again, or in your finances, your shared resources that you have with somebody else. And Saturn transiting your 4th house, supporting this new moon, can talk about a family member specifically, supporting you financially, being there for you when it comes to maybe you approaching a different investment opportunity on a different way, and overall just having a new beginning associated with it. Some of you may also have an opportunity to invest on a house, on real estate property that is shared with somebody else. Now, during this new moon, Venus is also going to be in your 8th house, creating a positive aspect to Neptune in your 4th house. Again, I feel like for a lot of you, you may even have some kind of healing in your emotional world, because the 4th house is the house of emotions and the 8th house is the house of the shadow and of your fears. So for a lot of you, you may just feel so hopeful, so excited and optimistic to be able to understand that there is hope behind any kind of internal struggle that you may have faced in the past or that may have been facing right now. This may also talk about receiving support and good words and that positive attitude from your family members or somebody in your household to be able to have this new beginning associated with your shadow side or with your shared resources and finances. The positive aspect between Uranus and Venus, where Uranus is sitting in your 6th house, may also talk about a sudden way or a sudden new approach that you might take in your daily routines, but also in your job, in the way how you interact with your co-workers, with the people that you work with. This may also be associated with your health for some of you Sagittariuses. This may talk about maybe having a new approach when it comes to some type of health issue that you may have dealt with, or some sudden change you may do when it comes to your diet, to your workout routine, your health in general. But that it really benefits you in your mental health, especially in the way how you talk to yourself and how you look at yourself, and to where you kind of embrace and love yourself more with that Venus in the 8th house. For a lot of you, I feel like with this new moon in Cancer, you may just be facing your shadow side, and you may decide to truly remove any fears, any self-sabotaging patterns, and embrace something completely new for yourselves. This is what I have for you Sagittarius. Please make sure to check the July predictions for the 12 signs. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Capricorn, Capricorn suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. The new moon is happening on July 5th at 14 degrees in the sign of Cancer in your 7th house, and it's creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 90 degrees in your 5th house, but also to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 3rd house. I really love this new moon for you Capricorns. This may talk about a new beginning that you may have with a partner. After you have settled out some things together through communication, after you have talked about certain things with Saturn transiting your 3rd house of communications, and now you're able to start afresh, start new, have some type of new beginning with a current partner. And if you don't have one, then this may talk about having the opportunity to have some type of agreement, to start a new contract, something that really helps you maybe in your career, but also in your creativity world. And I said that because Mars in your 5th house is giving you that extra push and drive to use your creativity and artistic abilities. And so for some of you, you may just start afresh with a partner through the expression of these things. Saturn transiting your 3rd house is giving you the opportunity to understand and learn, sometimes with challenges, where you need to improve to be able to communicate with others, to relate to them more, and to be able to understand each other more. And so this new beginning in the 7th house marks something afresh, something new that could be very beneficial for you. I also want to mention that Venus is also sitting in your 7th house during this new moon, and it's creating a beautiful trine to Neptune in your 3rd house and a sextile to Uranus in your 5th house. Again, we have an activation of the 7th, 3rd, and 5th houses. So for a lot of you, that Venus trine Neptune transit can talk about even coming across as very attractive, experiencing bliss and magic with a partner, just feeling very understood and being able to understand the other person, feeling more compassionate, more forgiving also. And if you are not in a relationship or in a marriage, then this can talk again about using a lot of creativity and just tapping into that other dimension to be able to be as creative as possible. And with Neptune activation here, which is kind of the lord of creativity, being the ruler of Pisces, then this can talk about just tapping into that dimension and being able to be as creative as possible. Uranus in your 5th house can also talk about you being spontaneous and embracing originality and authenticity when it comes to expressing your creative abilities. For a few of you Capricorns though, if you have been in a romance, flirting with somebody, then this can be a new beginning with that person, to where you maybe take things to the next level. And you are receiving some support from Saturn, because I think for the long-term relationships they have a touch of Saturn. But with Uranus also being activated, that you may feel very excited, very original, very authentic, and very free to express yourself to this person in the most original way. This is what I have for you, Capricorns, for this new moon. Please make sure to check the July predictions for the 12 signs as I speak about this new moon on a different perspective. I mentioned a couple of other transits happening on the same day. But overall, I believe this new moon is going to be beneficial for most of us, and I'm very excited for it. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. I wish you the very best during this new moon, and if you like it and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you could do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Aquarius, Aquarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. On July 5th, we have the new moon in Cancer happening in your 6th house at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 19 degrees in your 4th house, and creating a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 2nd house. For a lot of you Aquariuses, this new moon marks the beginning of a new health routine that a lot of you may decide to have. It may talk about changing your diet. It may talk about changing your workout routine in a way that really benefits you, gets you excited, and really motivated to do so. And that is because, again, this new moon is creating a positive aspect to Mars in your 4th house, which also talks about a family member really pushing you and supporting you in this new beginning for yourself. The 6th house, where the new moon is happening, is also the house of your job, your day-to-day job. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may have new beginnings in your job. You may start a new one. You may start a new project. You may take on more responsibilities or different responsibilities. And you have support in doing so. Now, Saturn transiting your 2nd house of income, also creating a positive aspect to this new moon, can talk about an opportunity to increase your income, or at least to increase your self-worth, your self-confidence when it comes to pursuing this new beginning in your career. The 6th house is also the house of your day-to-day life. So for a lot of you Aquariuses, you may just suddenly get more busy to where you have to run more tasks, do more things. And again, this could be associated with a family member, or you receive support through your family member. For a few Aquariuses, this new moon can also talk about an opportunity to start working, but by working from home, with Mars in the 4th house. Venus is also sitting in your 6th house during this new moon. It's creating a trine to Neptune in your 2nd house, and also a sextile to Uranus in your 4th house. And I really like this. This can talk about a lot of you feeling very confident, feeling very optimistic, feeling excited about the future, having a lot of hope to be able to accomplish these daily tasks. The 6th house is the house of the day-to-day life. So for a lot of you, you may just feel very positive in completing anything that you need to do. And I think that's just wonderful, because if you are happy on a daily basis, then this could be wonderful. And this new moon could be the beginning of a few weeks that you might be feeling so. The sextile that is creating to Uranus in your 4th house can talk about being very open-minded when it comes to new beginnings for yourself, in your daily routines, in your job, or in your health. It can also be that something that happens in your house, in your household, really pushes you to take on this new beginning for yourself. A family member, again, could be inspiring you to do so, or just something that happens in your household somehow has an effect on your day-to-day life, on the tasks and errands that you have to run, or in your health and in your workout routine. I really like this new moon for a lot of us Aquariuses, and I really think for a lot of you it will definitely be very meaningful with this activation on the 6th house, which is the house of day-to-day life. Something important is happening that changes your track, your route on a daily basis, and I think that's just awesome. Please make sure to check the July prediction for the 12 signs also, as I speak about this new moon on a different perspective. If you liked and resonated with this video, please let me know through a like or a subscribe, and please let me know in the comments how things are going for you. I will see you on the next video. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website. Hello, dear Pisces, Pisces suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your new moon in Cancer astrology prediction. Pisces, the new moon is happening in your 5th house on July 5th at 14 degrees, creating a positive aspect to Mars in Taurus, which is sitting at 90 degrees in your 3rd house, but also a trine to Saturn in Pisces, also sitting at 90 degrees in your 1st house. I think this is a wonderful new moon, Pisces, as it's happening in a fellow water sign, so it's in a positive aspect to your rising sign, but also because it's happening in the house of creativity and fun and entertainment. For a lot of you, you may have a new opportunity to just go out there and have fun and enjoy life and go on a vacation and socialize and just express yourself in a funny and child-like way to where you can just feel blissful and excited about life. The 5th house is also the house of romance. So if you are in the market to look for a partner, then this new moon could mark the beginning of something nice, something positive with a partner, with somebody that you have some feelings towards too. The 5th house is also the house of children. So this new beginning can talk about you starting afresh with a child and feeling optimistic and hopeful with them, helping them out with certain things, just improving your relationship with them overall. I really like the positive aspect this new moon is making to Mars in Taurus in your 3rd house, which is the house of communication. And this may talk about a lot of you, Pisces, using your communication skills to connect with other people, using your thinking abilities to understand the world in a different way and express it in a more fun and exciting way. The positive aspect the new moon is creating to Saturn in your 1st house can talk about you being the initiator of these things, but also receiving the effects of this new moon in the long run in your personality and your identity. For a lot of you, you may feel more confident and comfortable expressing yourself in a more creative way, in a more exciting way, to where other people find you very fun to be around and exciting to be around. Others of you may also have new beginnings with your friends, with your social networks, with the activation of the 11th house during this new moon. Venus is also sitting in the 5th house, trining Neptune in your 1st house, and sextiling Uranus in your 3rd house during this new moon. I just really love this. This can talk about being able to tap into that other dimension and be very creative. With Neptune in your 1st house, which is the which is your ruler, your planet, but is also the planet of creativity, of other dimensions. And Venus in your 5th talks about you being able to express your creativity and anything that you have in your mind, anything that you want to express through creative projects and artistic abilities, but doing so in such a beautiful way and a pleasant way to where other people feel so comfortable and just love whatever you make, whatever you are able to express during this time. The sextile with Uranus in your 3rd house talks about a lot of you just taking a different approach when it comes to your communication skills, thinking skills, and the way how you want to express your creative abilities. It can also talk about a lot of you taking a different approach when it comes to talking to somebody, you know, flirting with someone. That Uranus in the third house talks about just being very excited, but also a quick thinker, and just knowing to tackle the right thing, knowing to say the right thing at the right time with this transit. Uranus transiting the third house also gives good opportunities if you are in the sales, writing, publishing, marketing industries. Then this can be also an exciting time, an exciting new beginning. Again, if you have children, then you can feel very excited to spend time with them. It can feel very blissful, very magical, very healing, and a lot of you can also feel very forgiving. And if it's not you, then your children may feel like that towards you. This is what I have for you, Pisces, on this video. Please make sure to check the July prediction for the 12 signs as I speak on a different perspective on this new moon. I mentioned a couple of difficult transits that are happening during this new moon, but overall I do think this is going to be a very positive one for most of us, but especially for you, Pisces. If you liked and resonated with this video, please remember to give it a like and to subscribe. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you could do so through my website, takingyoutothestars.com. It will be under the services tab, and at the moment I'm offering multiple readings, such as personal birth chart reading, 1-year transit, positivity chart reading, which basically focuses on the positive sides of your chart, vocation, money reading, love reading, and astrocartography. However, if you really want me to do another reading or a simple, different consultation with me, you can just send me an email at takingyoutothestars@gmail.com. That's also listed on my website.